Welcome here at Le Guess Who Festival. We're here at Village Coffee at Wolfenplein, which is a new location for Le Guess Who, for us as well. We're going to be hosting sessions here, as well as some interviews with bands who deserve some introduction. For instance, those guys. Well, maybe you have recognized some of them because they have been in a beloved band called Efterklang. Released a couple of beautiful albums, passed by our country a lot of times, and then at the beginning of 2014, they just called it quits. They thought, let's do something else. A year after, they re-emerged as Liima. Klaus, sorry, I forget your name. Tatu, yes. You're here with this new band, and I couldn't help but think about 50 Cent, the great story of this year. 50 Cent, the rapper who filed for bankruptcy because there was this woman he owed $2 million, and he filed for bankruptcy to avoid her. And I thought these guys are doing that as well. They're disappearing a year after they're reappearing. Who are you trying to fool?
Ourselves, I think.
Yourselves?
Yeah. Well, for us, it's just a kind of like just a new band. It's actually nothing to do with Efterklang at all. Apart from 3 of the members are from Efterklang.
The core members?
Yeah, the core members. But Efterklang is kind of a special place we've been developing over 10, 12 years. And it's kind of this like little garden that the 3 of us go to and do projects in. And now what we're doing is kind of try to go somewhere else on a little adventure. And that's what we've why we created Liima with this guy Tatu. So we met Tatu, and then instead of kind of letting him coming into that garden called Efterklang and like, you know, let's go somewhere else and find our own place. And that's why Liima sort of tries to forget about Efterklang in a sort of way.
You have been playing with Efterklang, Tatu, right?
Yeah, I played some drums on their
It didn't feel proper to go on under that name?
I mean, we just decided to completely start a new band and have a new name. So in that sense, we wanted to, refresh and start from the clean table, so to say.
Yeah, that means, I mean, we're living in a digital age, right? Now you have a Twitter account for Efterklang, which has about 15,000 followers, and a new Twitter account that has to be retweeted by the Efterklang.
It's a mess. Yeah. I mean, this idea of a social, like a virtual identity, and in general, being a band is like you're always kind of referring to the last work you've done. It's always like that. So people that listens to Efterklang would come to a Liima show and expect certain things. That's just how it is. So that's how we... And we have to retweet on different profiles. Maybe in 20 years we'll have 10 different profiles we have to retweet on. But I guess it's not important. I think for us the most important is that we try to focus on what music we're making. And in this case we wanted to make something completely new that didn't kind of try to refer to Efterklang. So that's why we, make it difficult for ourselves, I guess.
But why did you think it was the end of the line for Efterklang as it was?
It's not the end. For us, it was more like a ritual. We went to our hometown, played for all of our friends and our families, and even a fan from Japan, and like all of these amazing people that we met over the past many years since we were teenagers. And we wanted to create a ritual that allowed us to do like this project and meet people like Tatu, and not try to get them in this big story. Like when you're in a band, you create a story all the time, and we don't really like so much to pay too much attention to what we've done, but to kind of move forward. So in this case, we made a ritual saying like, now this was what Efterklang has been for the past 10 years. And now we would like to allow ourselves to kind of do other projects and be more free in that sense.
Yeah. What is Liima?
Liima is the glue. It means glue in Finnish.
Yes.
And
so
that's what it basically is.
What are we going to see here in a couple of minutes? You're all playing electronic instruments?
Yeah, you're going to see 4 guys playing basically electronic instruments through guitar amps and sort of hand-played, I would say. So
hand-played?
Hand-played, you'll see. Organic electronic music
Is it
in a
all
way.
improvised? Because you've been playing some shows for the past year. You've been to a couple of festivals in the Netherlands as well. Is it
Yeah.
all improvised? What we see there? Are they tryouts?
No, I mean, we composed all the material together, and it started from improvisation. So basically, we had these residencies or like periods of 1 week where we got together and started jamming out and kind of composing through improvisation. So we would record our jams and listen back and go like, hey, that sounded good, and let's take that part from that impro and let's refine that piece or that part, and that's how we basically made the songs. And so now they are proper songs or compositions, and we still have a lot of improvisation and freedom in
It's
between
still
the
possible.
songs and within the songs, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a jam band in that sense.
No. Casper, when you were making the last Efterklang record, you were moving to Spitsbergen, which was a special place, of course. You collected a lot of sounds by, like, hammering on all sorts of stuff that made sounds. Was it important that these things actually meant someone? They had a context of itself, or was it just about finding sounds?
No, I mean, quickly when you've started hitting your 10th metal tube, it becomes apparent to you that metal tubes can sound quite the same, but special metal tubes sounds different because you put meaning into them. So I guess that was kind of like our little adventure, and it's always been like that, I think, with any sound that we picked up, that the sound has a sound that talks to you, but also sometimes the sound have a story. It's sometimes goes in one direction, sometimes go in the other. There's never like the line. Sometimes it's just a good sound. Yeah.
Do you work with those kind of found sounds in this project as well, or not at all?
Well, we do a lot. I mean, as Tatu was mentioning, we've been going to all these different places. First, we went to Finland in a small summer cottage. Then we went to Berlin. Then we went to Istanbul. Then we went to Madeira over the past year. And every place, we always kind of take our little recorder with us and start kind of recording sounds. And a lot of the things that Tatu is playing on his sampler over there is kind of sounds that we've just been picking up, you know. There's even, right now, there's a little saw going, which is a saw from Finland. So we always really like, and Tatu likes to sample as well, so it's kind of like a thing. We started a lot of the residencies just going out and picking up sounds and then gathering sounds, kind of foresting sounds, and then coming back and then starting kind of improvising with the sounds, recording them, finding the music that we liked, and stitching it together the way we wanted it somehow. That's the short version of how we make music.
Yeah. Tatu, we saw you play a kitchen. That's what you do, right? You go into a place like a kitchen, look around, see what everything sounds like, and just try it out. When you see a room like this, where would you start when trying to feel the sound of this, the voice of this room?
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's two things. It's a room. It could be like you could play a room, you could play with the acoustics, or you could just pay attention to different objects in a room. And to me, as a percussion player, any object and any space can be an instrument. So, for example, if I do these improvised kitchen concerts, then I just I'm very impulsive. I just like that's the sound and that's an impulse, and then I follow that impulse and sound and kind of really intuitively follow the sounds that my ear finds interesting. It's not that I'm so interested to find out before what sounds appropriate or cool, and yeah. Then also failures become part of it when something doesn't sound like anything, and you're like, so what am I gonna come up with this?
For instance, when you're back here, there's this giant coffee machine. I'm an amateur, I don't know anything about the sound it would make, but when it looks amazing, does it sound amazing?
I have
Most
no
of the
idea.
time?
Could sound amazing, yeah.
Is there something you want to try when you see an object like that?
Yeah, I many times, if I'm even on the street, if I see some kind of like metallic tube or something, I sometimes go and cling to it or like knock on it and try to listen to it. Probably looks very stupid, but it's kind of like sound curiosity or sound hunting. And this is very much, as Casper said, we are all kind of sound freaks. So to me and for all of us, this sound hunting through sampling and recording is sort of the same thing. It's like you find some nice ambient sound or nice object or whatever, and then you record it and you play it with your electronic instrument. That's 2015.
Yes. Now it's carved out in stone, right? There is an album. It's been recorded. Is it really totally finished now?
Yeah, the vinyl was cut today.
I think we just said yes to the artwork, so everything's done.
Yeah.
So when will it be released? Do we have a date yet?
It's going to be mid-March next year. So.
All right. Thanks, guys. So
Thank
just go over there and let us hear what you created.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.